How about that? Yeah. Greetings and salutations, everybody. Give me a thumbs up if anybody can hear me. Let's see. Not seeing anything here yet. Well, then let me go over to the actual live stream. To me, live, like that. Okay, I got one of these things is twisted. Hold on a second here. Sound really low. Okay, let's see here. Go over live stream here. I don't really have a control for that. Hold on a second. Let me go over and adjust the microphone level here. No, that's not what I wanted. Settings. Let's see. Sound settings. Let's see. Yeah, hold on. Oh, because it's on the wrong microphone. That's why. I'll bet you that sounds better. And that microphone is really low. Make sure that this one's on there. Properties. Over to. Yeah, I hear you, Red. Hold on a second. Let's see. Microphone on this, and then hit OK. All right, now that's probably really friggin' loud. All right, let me hear anybody who's got audio issues. If you can hear me, not hear me. There we go. Red, I sent you a link, man. Look at your Twitter. And while I'm waiting for Red to get his head out of his butt, the all right. So this is what we're going to be doing today. Some of you have seen my previous versions of this. This is basically the same thing. I absolutely. Wait, you can't. All right, are these like delayed reactions here? Because I'm showing like all the way up. I'm showing all kinds of good stuff on there. Let's see. Okay, so I got somebody. They're coming back in. All right, sorry about the delay on that. But the so what we want to do here is what's this? Okay, that's me. The what we're gonna do here is I absolutely love it when I get told all the time um, the that I'm afraid to pick up a mic and all this other stuff. Well, that's an old story. Everybody here knows the answer to that story. I'm not afraid to pick up a mic. I'm just not going to pick up a mic when that during an evidence-based discussion in a place where you can't live present evidence. So, hand on the other foot, we're just going to. This is called bring your own proof. If you have done any kind of experimentation, oh, someone wants to join the call. There's Mr. Red. Boom. Greetings and salutations, Mr. Red Rhetoric. Oops. I am not hearing Red's rhetoric. Oh, that's right. Because I have to turn your mic on. Let's see here. Wait, what? Why is it not letting me unmute you? Ah, maybe if I do it up there. No. See, I particularly set this up so that I was the only person who could mute and unmute. And for some reason, it's not letting me unmute you now. Hold on a second here, Red. More actions. Pin to the screen. Ask for your pair titles. Don't watch. Remove from the call. No, I don't want to remove him from the call. I just want to unmute him. Ugh, I didn't want to do that either. Hold on a second. Boom, ba doom, ba doom, ba doom, ba doom. They changed a couple of things about meat, and hold on a second. Hey, Red, dump off there, man. I'm gonna do a different settings. All right, hold on a second here. All right, go ahead and join again, bud. Sorry, just kind of working this out here, guys. And now I see Reds has joined. Or maybe Reds just wasn't speaking. Okay, this time I'm just not hearing you. Hold on a second here. Where is... Hold on. Working out the kinks here, guys. Working out the kinks. Hold on. I see it moving. I just don't hear you. So that means the audio settings are set up wrong. Do 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 do. There we go. Settings. There we go. Ah, that's why. Because I have my speakers on. Man, I gotta set up the audio in like 4 different places here. So headset, earphone, and go. Now go ahead and say something.
Have you noticed that I don't have these problems?
Yeah, well, you got other problems, bro.
Yeah, but these are not one of them. Why is my webcam able to turn on? Did you block that shit as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I think you know why. Reds and I have been around this block many times when we go to invite people in. Most people are pretty cool about it. But oh, sounds like a train. Yeah, I have my balcony door open and I live on a main street, so sorry about that. Um, no, the most of the time when you invite somebody in, people are going to be, cordial and or at least as good as they can be. However, most other times, when people feel that they have a free invite to stick it to somebody, they'll show up and they'll drop porn on there or, spew out a couple of choice words and run and all that other stuff. So I'm there's no reason to have the webcam on anyway because I don't really give a rat's ass what a flat earther looks like. I really don't care. It doesn't really bother me. Honestly, I could do it without the microphone as well. Um, but this here is about bringing your own proof. If you have your own repeatable experimentation, then let yourself be known and I will get you a link. Let me know in Twitter or in the chat here if you have your own repeatable experimentation. Now, here's how this works. I'll invite you into the room. You will remain muted and you will link said proof of yours in the inside chat in the meet. I will take a look at it. Now, mind you, I have seen probably about 80% of flat Earth tests that have occurred. And the ones that I haven't seen, I'm quite certain Red's seen. And so, in that, if it's not your material, I'm going to boot you. Okay? I'm not going to give you a chance to talk. I'm not going to give you a chance to do anything else. I'm going to boot you. Okay? Just let that be known for, as a precursor to even attempting to join.
Is that why I was invited? Because unlike many flat earthers out there, I actually did my own work.
Yes. Well, except for the fact that you did landing rockets when we had rockets that went to the moon.
No.
But
Oh God. Yeah, I guess I
had to deep
also
dive that
get
one.
a there's also a mark against me for not calling Fauci a douchebag, right?
Oh yes, how dare you in the
How
context
dare
of the
I
shape of the Earth? Yeah.
how dare I not mention that Fauci is a total douchebag, uh, and all that nice stuff in a conversation about geometry.
See, Reds, it's not what you brought; it's what you didn't bring that was important.
And what I didn't bring was insults towards Fauci in a
How dare
debate
you not
about
do
the
that?
shape of the Earth.
Do you not see the problem in not doing that, man?
I mean, I fucking guess not, dude. After thinking about it for 3/4 of a second, I guess they're right. I should have called Fauci a douchebag in a debate about the shape of the Earth.
Yeah, should have
My
done it,
bad.
man. Should have done it, man. Didn't you know
My bad.
he's also a part-time astrophysicist?
hmm Once again, my bad.
So, for the handful of people that we have watching right now, welcome. Again, this is an open invitation for flat earthers to make themselves known. I'm not going to be here for very long. If nobody shows up, this is probably only going to be about 30 minutes long, tops, because I'm not going to sit here and wait for people to not show up, which is probably going to happen anyway. But I will say this again, I will say it out loud in front of everybody. You will show up. I will give you the link. You will show up, and then you will give me a link to your repeatable experimentation that you say concludes the globe or concludes the flat Earth. I will look at it. If I know it's not yours, or if you give me some 2 hour long, ramble on or something like that, anything but your experimentation, I will boot you. I will send you on your merry way to complain about me as you would anyway. Cool? So that's what we're going to be doing today. This is called Bring Your Own Proof. That's the reason why it's called that, is because of the fact that I want somebody to bring me their work. I don't want somebody to bring me their words. I don't give a damn about your words because, quite honestly, and if you're honest with yourself, you wouldn't give a damn about just my words. Now, arguably, I could say that I have done, well, I won't say I've done more than everybody, but I've done a lot of fucking analysis and tests of my own. And I have provided them for everybody to critique. And what seems to happen is when I present those to other people, to flat earthers, excuse me, yeah, they run from them. They just throw some wild insults, anything other than actually addressing the material that's there. So the so that's what we're gonna do. And this is the response to how many times I get told, "Oh, go grab a mic, man, grab a protractor. All right, go out and do your own damn work." Because, like I said, you telling me to grab a mic is literally you saying, "I want to tell you live that I don't believe you, no matter what you say." And somebody tell me what good that does anybody? Nothing.
Oh, so they tell you to grab a mic on Twitter Spaces, which is the worst fucking platform in existence.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, I'm just wanting Elon to speed run this damn thing into the fucking ground so that we don't have to deal with it anymore.
Kind of a wake up tomorrow and just get a 504 error or something like that.
Pretty much at this point, that would be awesome
Mm-hmm.
because they put so much work into Twitter Spaces that it would be so juicy to see it all collapse inward.
Mm-hmm.
It would be amazing. It would be awesome. It would be a dream come true.
So let's see here. I'm going to look over to Twitter real quick because I also did post this on Twitter. And let's see if I got any takers yet, which I'm fairly certain I will not. Nope, not yet. No takers. See, because this is what this is, man. And of course, me saying this to Red's Rhetoric Live is preaching to the choir, of course. But this is what this is. Flat earthers, you know what? You guys are proof about air and containment because you're nothing but hot air and you keep it all contained. I have never seen a flat earther actually provide an experiment or a test, especially not on Twitter, uh, that they have performed that even raised an eyebrow given whatever subject matter that they were attempting to prove. I've never seen it. And everybody here that's in the chat right now or watching the video and stuff like that, again, welcome. Send the link out to the live stream to your favorite flat earther on whatever platform you want. Tell them to bring their stuff. Because I've gone to people like Jaronism. Jaronism runs from me. I went to Dave Weiss, aka Dearth, and he blocked me because he didn't want his cash cow to be questioned. I've been to Witsit. Witsit blocked me the very moment that I asked him to provide his own repeatable experimentation. Okay, these are all just a bunch of punks and cowards. I'm sorry. And if that hurts your feelings, oh, I'm not going to come on there because you called me a punk or a coward. I'm sorry. That's what you guys call us routinely. So if your skin is that thin, then I don't give a damn. Okay, all you're doing is proving your double standard again. So, but I mean, to anybody who has the ability to send things to Witsit, Dearth, Taboo Conspiracy, who else?
Hang on, we just got word that what just passed was the Wabalance heading to your nearest flat Earth convention.
Yeah, yeah.
Although I will say, as Family Guy said, your sirens sound like gay guys having a threesome.
It's not my siren, bro.
Lol.
It belongs to the people outside my door. But like I said, everybody, please do me a favor. Invite these various prominent flat earthers. They will all say no, and they will most likely say because I'm not going to go on his stream because it's monetized. Guess what? I demonetized this one. I didn't turn monetization on because one less thing for you guys to even complain. So bring it on. It also allows me to say things the way I really want to say them. Threat of some algorithm, shutting me down, or if Red decides to draw 2 circles with 2 dots, I don't get a pornography claim.
That was absolutely hilarious, by the way.
Some moments in live streams you just never forget, and that's one of them.
We're gonna make that a T-shirt one day.
I mean, it was just like, and then we tried to get you shut down the next time.
Yeah. It's
I was drawing nipples on
balloons.
I was drawing nipples on balloons. It was funny.
It was funny, but yeah, essentially, I also want to say that this platform is just a lot better for having these types of conversations because I actually have the ability to, share some stuff, and I don't have to quote unquote post it to the nest and hope that Twitter actually functions long enough for me to do that.
Yeah, I mean, you know what happened after all the hell I got about that debate that I hosted between Toon and Globeslayer. All the shit that I got about selective people weren't getting the audio, and so that was somehow my fault. Then Sacred a couple of days later was like complaining all over hell and back about how broken Spaces was, and I was just like, do you not? Where's the apology, man? Where's the hey man? Okay, maybe it is Twitter. Where is that?
Why do you think I had to move heaven and earth to try and get this debate streamed on my YouTube channel? Because if I was, going to have a debate with Ban Notice, I wasn't going to be limited by Twitter's bullshit. That was just not going to happen. If they want to limit themselves, then that's on them. But I wasn't going to be limited by Twitter's bullshit, and I told them that at the very beginning. And they still complained about not posting to the Nest.
Yep.
I was like, dude, I posted the link to my live stream on my Twitter profile. You can click on it and follow along.
But
I literally
Red,
told you this shit before we even started.
But Red, you should have used the jumbo, man.
I should have used the jumbo, and yeah, I should have used the jumbo. No, fuck that. I was going to use my own YouTube channel. You could have clicked the link and followed along.
Yep.
It's not that difficult to click a link and follow along. Tabs, they exist.
All right, let's see. Axeman. Okay, so Axeman, I think it's safe to assume you don't have your own work because I've seen you seem to be on like both sides of the argument. I've seen his posts before. He seems to literally be on both sides of the argument, and so I'm going to assume that he doesn't have anything. And if he does, hey, let me know that you have your own work, and we'll put it up here, and we'll all have a good talk about it. Let's see.
Yeah, they're not going to come with their own work. There's a 0% chance of that happening.
Hey, Turquoise. Oh, and then a quick shout out. I just got to say, hallo Maus. Und ich hoffe, dass bei dir zu Hause alles gemütlich ist. Don't ask what that was about. I will just put that out there because I just got to send a shout out to somebody. Let's see here. Nope, I'm in the middle on neither side. Yeah, that's what I figured. So I'm not going to say pick a side, but at least do your best to make your points very concise. Oh, and by the way, anybody who complains about the fact that I'm drinking coffee and having a cigarette, bite me. I don't care.
How can you both sides this shit? You're either a dumbass or you're not. Just pick one at this point. I'm sorry. Just pick one. Either you know basic trigonometry or you don't.
But that's just what that is, I guess. And let's see here. Let's see. I'm not seeing any movement on Twitter. I tried to do this during a comfortable time for everybody. Have it not too everybody to be going out tonight here in my quarter of the world, and then but also make it early enough or late enough for people in the States to at least be awake on a Saturday. Unlike some people.
I'm sorry. What was that?
Yeah.
Oh wait, it was the fucks I don't give about your time zone.
Just so everybody knows, Red has been kind enough to want me to join in on several conversations of his, but then I get these links, unfortunately, at like 4 o'clock in the morning, my time, which is more than a comfortable time on his side as far as the evening goes. But I'll wake up in the morning. I was like, man, I wanted to be part of that conversation, but unfortunately, the message comes in at 4 a.m. So let's see.
Gotta get on the program of the right time zone, man.
Yeah,
the only time zone that matters.
Well, to that point, sometime in the relatively near future, that's going to happen. Yes, Sly will be putting his feet back stateside for a little while.
About fucking time.
Yeah. The only problem is I don't have much choice of where I'm going. So, and as much as I'd love to be back down in Florida and we could do a couple of water tests on canals and stuff like that, unfortunately, that doesn't look like it's going to happen. Oh, see, now you got competition there, Red, because Rex says that what do you call it? The only time zone that matters is Mountain Time Zone.
It's okay. He's allowed to be wrong.
Traditional Slavic set breakfast? The hell's that mean? Oh. But oh yeah. So let's see. I don't see any flat earther names in here yet. Surprise, surprise. So what you been up to, Red? How many things you tracking with your with the baller?
Unfortunately, I ran into some problems the first time out. But those problems have since been resolved. I did capture an image of Jupiter at native focal length and then an image of Saturn with a 2x Barlow. So that's
Mm.
nice. It was a good test. But the problem was my computer just couldn't keep up. I was dropping frames like nobody's business. I would lose about 80 to 90% of the frames that I captured.
Okay.
So I wouldn't have the data necessary to stack and get really, really clear imagery.
Right.
And the only reason was that my computer just could not keep up.
What about
And
reducing the
so
frame rate on the camera?
the frame rate of the camera was around 60 frames per second to 90 frames per second,
Right.
depending on the exposure time.
Right.
And it would fall on its face a minute into the capture session, and I would get probably 12 frames per second,
Mm.
maybe 15 if I'm lucky after 60 seconds.
Mm.
And that was completely unacceptable. So I started looking at a few options. I thought about doing a dual laptop situation where I would get a laptop only for capturing and then use my second laptop only for tracking.
Okay.
But that would have been more complicated than it needed to be. And I assumed
Now that's
that
all
this
the
laptop,
Astronomy Live tracking software and stuff, right?
yeah, correct, because it primarily works. It works really well with Windows 10, not so well with Windows 11. So I didn't want to go to the Windows 11 side of things, and I also didn't want to invest an additional $1,200 to $1,500 into a new laptop if I didn't need to. So after talking with a computer store, they kind of set me on the wrong path because they made me believe that the motherboard could be a bottleneck. And I was like, man, if that is true, I may need to invest in another laptop. I'll do it, but I don't want to. But Geo was able to come into a room with me so that we could talk about the situation. And also another individual who owns their own computer repair shop by name of Nick Kennedy.
Okay.
Both of them spoke to me about the situation, and Geo picked some parts for me to purchase,
He's a good
and
resource.
Nick stayed on the phone with me to install those parts correctly.
Oh, okay.
So what I got was a brand new NVMe, 1 terabyte, and this one is apparently good for 3 gigs of data per second.
Man.
Um, so that's pretty good. And then I also upgraded the RAM just for good measure.
Well,
Not sure that was needed, but I figured why the fuck not if I'm there anyway.
here's the question. Your camera comes in by USB 3, right?
Yes,
Are you using mainboard resources for that?
I
As in
believe
like
so.
because I'm given to understand that there are like PCIe cards that that can have a high transfer rate for USB 3, and then you just put that card in there and hook it up to the card as opposed to using the main board.
Yeah. Well, the good news is that after I purchased this 970 Evo, which is from Samsung, and a couple Vengeance RAM sticks, we mirrored everything over. We mirrored everything on my current SSD onto the new SSD, so
Right.
everything is exactly as it was. And I did a test with SharpCap, which is the program I use to capture the data,
Hmm.
and no drop frames. It's beautiful. It's
Sweet.
gorgeous. It's smooth. And I did a stress test on it at maximum resolution, set to 90 frames per second max. But given my exposure settings, it's a little bit less than that.
Right.
It's around 72 frames per second, somewhere around there.
So when are we going to see your first stack?
And when the weather is better, because it really isn't right now.
Okay.
Um,
We've had a couple of
so
gorgeous nights here. As a matter of fact, I had my telescope out with my son yesterday, and looking at Saturn and Jupiter. I have a what do you call it? I have the Bresser MC60, which is a gorgeous little telescope, and I actually went out. I don't know why, but it just sounded like a cool idea. I went out and got one of those zooming eyepieces.
Yeah,
Have you,
Barlow's.
no, 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 not a Barlow. This is actually an eyepiece that you can actually adjust the zoom on it by turning it.
Oh,
And
interesting.
I have to say, I've gotten some. I mean, this is just viewing. What do you call it? I haven't hooked up a camera to it yet, and obviously, a camera through the zooming lens won't work because I don't believe in filming through a lens, as in filming through the eyepiece. Um, but no, and just I mean, you could actually see the stripes on Jupiter.
That's good. And what I want to do is I not only want to see the features of Jupiter, I also want to see it rotate. But in order to do that, I need to be able to make sure that Sharp Cap is working properly. But I can confirm that after stress testing the new setup with all the new kit put into the laptop, I was getting 0 dropped frames. So
Sweet.
all this is to say that the very moment the weather cooperates with me, I will be ready to rock and roll. And there's going to be some flat earth butt hurt, let me tell you. We hope to generate about, and I said this on my live stream, we hope to generate before the end of the year about 30 kilotons of flat earth butt hurt.
Oh, Rec, yes, with the zooming eyepiece, I was actually able to zoom in so far that I could see the back side of Jupiter. So,
Excellent.
oh man, let's see here. Oh, when are you going to use your telescope to see red kicking back in Florida on the beach? Well, I tried that, but the sun was too bright.
And
At
also,
midnight.
he didn't want to break his telescope because it would immediately shatter the optics.
No, no, this one's pretty stable, man. I think it can hold it.
You think it can hold the ugliness of my face? Are you sure about that?
Zoomed in so close he saw up Uranus. Oh man, let's see here. Yeah, I know you can see the features on Jupiter through a cheap telescope, but I mean this was actually rather large resolution. I was sincerely impressed, and I mean the problem that you run into, just like with a Barlow, um, with the increased magnification, you get less light, and it comes out just visibly darker, and
That's why you don't buy cheap Barlows.
well, that too, but
No, because
it's
that
still
was the
going to reduce it.
problem. Here's the thing. I want to go on a mini rant about this. That was
Okay.
the problem
Sup, Snark?
that Where's Wally was running into, and he was trying to figure out why do my images look like absolute ass. And we were going through trial and error, testing things, whatever. And
Hmm.
then I asked him, I'm not sure how this conversation came up, but I asked him, hey, I'm looking to get a Barlow. What kind of Barlow do you use? And he said, oh, my Barlow costs $20. And I go, well, there's your fucking problem.
Well, I mean, the Barlow's
Like,
supposed to be good, though.
if you're not spending at least $200 on a Barlow, get the fuck out of here.
Sad but true. It's another one of those things where it's just cost too much.
You got to spend the money on the nice optics, because once you spend the money on the nice optics, you won't have any problems. And good optics will make it, like, not only more enjoyable, but it'll make processing easier after the fact.
Hmm.
And good optics, a good Barlow, will pass through enough light where it will be a challenge to see any noticeable dip in the light gathering ability of the telescope.
Hmm.
So invest in good optics, and I guarantee you will come back and you will thank me in person. You'll be like, you know what, Red? You definitely know your stuff. Thank you so much. I want to give you $20 as a token of my appreciation. What's your Venmo?
Let's see. Snark says, "Greetings from France. The what do you call it? My last season here. I'm retiring. Well, enjoy your retirement. I have actually been to France a ridiculous amount of times this year, as a matter of fact. I went to go see the D-Day, the 80th D-Day. I Paris sucked. Sorry for anybody from France, but I just had a miserable time in Paris. Um, I've been to Calais, I think 3 times now this year, and I've been to West End and Ostend, and then well, those are actually Belgium, and but along the same coast. And I went to some little town uh, on the D-Day celebrations. I went to some little town and had a great burger on the beach. But yeah, so I wish you all your best in your retirement there, bud. Reds, what's a bar low? It's the opposite of a bar high. No, no. A Barlow lens is. Oh, okay. Yeah, a Barlow lens is basically it's an extension on the telescope. Most times with the lens involved to increase your magnification at the eyepiece.
Yeah. So if my native resolution is, or not native resolution, if my native focal length is around 2,000 millimeters, putting a Barlow on will make that 4,000 millimeters.
Mm-hmm.
And with the 3 whatever times crop factor of my camera, in addition to the 2x Barlow, that means that I'm effectively at 13,000 millimeters.
That's a big Twinkie.
That is a big Twinkie, but to give you some context, Astronomy Live is 1,000 millimeters more than that.
Damn. That's
yeah,
what she said.
that is what she said.
Sorry.
She went to Astronomy Live and she said, I really like the motion of the ocean with Red Serretic, but yours is definitely bigger.
Yeah, but Astronomy Live is more detailed.
This is true.
With better control. Seeing that he tests the beaver.
always, but we have to keep in mind, people, always practice safe observations.
Mm-hmm.
Don't look into the bright light.
Yep. Test the beaver, and if the beaver complains, move on.
Oh, and if the beaver starts burning, get that checked out.
Yeah, well, that's something else, yeah.
That's something.
Let's see here. So, still no flat earthers. Who'da thunk it? Let's see.
Oh no, who would have ever seen this?
Yeah.
Christ, who could have seen this coming?
I mean, for all the people
who could have made this prediction?
For all the people who show me so much love on Twitter.
I can't believe it. There was a tornado in Tornado Alley? Who would have thunk it?
A time machine in the movie The Time Machine?
There was a hurricane in Florida?
Oh, jeez.
No.
I don't miss those very much. Waking up in the morning, trying to figure out where your mailbox went.
It's currently embedded in your neighbor's roof.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky. Oh, didn't you have an umbrella? Had one. It's inside out, 2 miles out, as they say on Family Guy.
And it'll be that neighbor with the American flag out front and the pickup truck that you can't go onto his property. Let's see here.
Yeah, in the movie Twister with the flying cow, well, it's kind of like that in Florida, except it's a flying gator.
Or trampoline.
Or trampoline.
I lived in Florida. Should I say the second half of my youth? I moved there when I was about 9 years old. Stayed there.
So you're a transplant.
Yeah. Well, I'm a New Yorker, and what do you call it? And I moved. Yeah, we moved there because of IBM, and moved to South Florida down to Boca Raton, and Boca Raton. If you're not rich, that's the kind of place you love to hate. And oh, hey, I got a super chat. Let's see here. $5 from I Solder. I think that's I Solder 74. Being able, what do you call it? Let's see. Being able to do that is why we know Dearth is lying through his teeth when he says anything about looking up through a telescope. Here's a neat little joke about that. Flat earthers will tell you in one breath about some kind of debunk of the Earth rotating and moving through the universe, that the stars have been in the same place for 5,000 years. Now, mind you, they'll never give you a map of that, and not a map that anybody, at least in modern times, would trust. But either way, let's just take that at face value. Stars have not moved in 5,000 years. Okay, then why am I not allowed to use the stars to determine the shape of the Earth or the movement of the Earth? Because it seems to me, if you've got something that's been in one spot in its entire known existence, known meaning by humans, you could use that as a reference for just about anything. So either your stars are going to be in place, and they've been there for thousands of years, therefore I can use them as a reference with some simple geometry, or they're not. One of the two. You know what Boca Raton means. Yes, actually it's Boca de Ratones, and it means the mouth of the rat. Odd name for the third richest city in America. But I find that interesting when it comes down to looking up at the stars and telescopes and stuff like that.
Yeah, I got a few things that one of my first targets is going to be geostationary satellites.
Mm-hmm.
We're in that time of the year where there is a observation that can be done with geostationary satellites where they enter into the shadow of the Earth, they blink out, and then they blink right back in after they pass.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of videos that you guys have done on that. That's just some cool shit.
It is some cool shit, and that's going to be the next video I capture with this telescope, since I have a camera sensitive enough for it, and I have a telescope big enough for it. So I'm going to wait until the weather fucks right off.
Yeah.
And the very moment that I get a clear night, that's what I'm going to capture. I'm going to capture a time lapse, post it to Twitter. That should generate about 5 kilotons of flat Earth butthurt.
Yep. Or we're gonna have to get truckloads of. We're gonna have to get international tankers full of sauce for the word salad that'll come out of that.
Oh, all that ranch, all the ranch. Yes. Oh no, those aren't geostationary satellites. That's the etherically displaced hyperboreal fucking singularity dome.
And that's when we'll play the music and pull you off stage.
And it's powered by, the etherically displaced manifold that's found at the singularity.
Okay. Can we force Dearth to look at a crescent Venus? I don't know if his woman would allow that, but I can't get Dearth to even answer a question.
Dearth blocked me.
Yeah, I know. He blocked me. He blocked me on Twitter.
Same.
Because I put out the video on YouTube that I was even offering him money if I had lost said bet about checking the information of his real location of the Sun and Moon app, which he didn't want challenged, so he just blocked me and act like it never happened.
Oh,
I'm just going to say this.
Are you telling me that Dearth, the honest and lovable Dearth, didn't want to have his claims scrutinized?
Mr. Sun Filter, Unfocused Sunset, Dearth, yes.
Oh, I used the solar filter. No, you fucking didn't.
That shit was hysterical. I used the solar filter, and by the way, look, this video of the sunset is in 4K, but I'm only going to use about 12 pixels of it. I mean, come on, man.
It was so good. It was so good. Like, what is this nonsense? This is pathetic. What did you at least? I think I remember asking Dirk this question. Did you at least get? Did you at least get to eat the potato that you filmed this with?
Yeah, no shit. I mean, how'd you get it to fly?
It was. I mean, that had to have been filmed on a potato.
Hmm.
And it's not one of the good potatoes, like one of the potatoes that no one wants to pick up at the supermarket, the
Hmm.
kind that has knots and it's all like discolored and probably has mold on it.
Yes, he faked a well. No, he didn't fake a solar filter. He has no clue what one is. He put a filter on it. I forgot what the number was. He put a filter on it, and it was just something to reduce a little bit of overexposure
It was
due to
basically a
sunlight.
slight dimming. It was a
Yeah,
slight dimming, and he called that a solar
it
filter.
was the
That is
equivalent of
not what
cheap
a solar
sunglasses.
filter is.
Yeah, it was the equivalent of cheap sunglasses, and he called it a solar filter.
Yeah,
Okay, hold on a second.
exactly.
I got another super chat here for €6. €6. That's 10 half liters of. Oh, geez. Pearl. Oh, Pannenburg. Okay, now I got it. In Lidl. And let's see. Or hopefully one beer at the bar. No, I can get a couple of beers for that. I live in Germany, man. We get down with a couple of beers. €6 will get me like three of them.
Yeah,
And
this is true.
three tall, cold Crystal Weissens with a slice of lemon in it. Oh,
But
oh.
but uh but let me
Thank
just
you, Snark.
let me cook here for a second. Dearth. Hey man, how's it going? I know we haven't talked in a while. That's primarily your fault. But I did want to let you know that a solar filter usually blocks about 99% of the light that hits it. Were you
Mm.
aware of this fact? And so if your solar filter lets in, let's say, more than 50% of the light that hits it, then it's not a solar filter, dumbass.
And if you can see trees through it, it's not a solar filter.
Yeah, exactly. That
I
that's a
mean,
good way of finding out if you are truly using a solar filter. Because guess what? I can't see through a solar filter. I can't see trees through it unless the sun is literally being in the same direction as those trees. I can then see the outline of those trees, but only the outline. I can't see like individual leaves or something like that. That's not how silhouettes work. So I do want to make this very, very clear to you, Dearth, because I know that you're probably extremely confused on this. But if your solar filter lets in about 50% of the light that hits it, then it's not a solar filter.
it
It's
almost sounds wrong to even use the word solar filter in the discussion about this video.
It's exactly as you said, Flight. You're essentially using cheap sunglasses and calling it a solar filter. It isn't, Dearth. Okay, let's cut the shit. All right, it is not a solar filter if it lets in over 50% of the light that hits it, which your filter most definitely did. So yeah.
Let me answer a question here in the chat. Did any flat earthers come here ever? Now, let me give you that answer. That answer is actually yes, just not tonight. The I have hosted I personally have hosted two flat earthers on my channel. I have hosted uh, Anthony Riley, aka Runway Tony, aka Fleeces. And I have also hosted the at the time president of the now defunct FE Corps uh, on my channel, per the very things that I have said for years now, and that is I'll bring you on my channel if you've done the work or if you've done some work, which at the time Riley had done. Riley was doing the whole Isle of Man thing. Had no problem having him up on my channel. Uh, and uh, and then of course FE Corps with their with their PDF about their laser tests at Lake Balaton, laser tests at or was that Balaton? Yeah, Balaton. Um, Laser tests at in the Netherlands. Their gyroscope test. I think there was a third thing that we talked about, but either way, um, because those flat earthers were not, at least technically, afraid to discuss the stuff that they had actually produced. Now, if I were to fast forward to today meaning anytime in the last like 2-3 years, no, not a single flat earther has brought to me their work in any kind of seriousness. There was one dumbass who threw 2 sticks on the ground and literally said that that was a redo of the Cavendish experiment. No, not one flat earther comes to me anymore. They all want me to come to them, grab a mic on this worthless ass Twitter Spaces, and I only say worthless. Look, if you enjoy talking with your friends and stuff like that on Twitter Spaces, that's exactly what
it's. It's a glitchy piece of garbage.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, its intent is to be a party line where people who normally exchange tweets can sit there and talk about stuff, and that's fine.
Hey, Slide, did you know that I actually don't give a shit about the intent? It's a glitchy piece of shit. It can have the best intentions in the world. It's still a glitchy piece of shit.
Well, you didn't hear me argue with that though. But at the same time, that's what that's for. But if we are going to have what some would consider a debate, which I have to say that if we are talking about evidence produced for the shape of a physical object, there is no debate because it's not a subjective thing. Okay, this is an objective thing, and objective arguments need to have objective proof. That's just what it is, or objective evidence. I know everybody hates when you use that.
And the thing about objectivity, which flat earthers don't seem to understand, I guess it's okay. Let me try to explain this with an analogy. Let's say we're talking about solar filters with Dearth. And I'm trying to explain to Dearth that if your solar filter lets in 50% of the light that hits it, then what you're using is a cheap pair of sunglasses in comparison. Okay? A good solar filter will block 99% of the light that hits it. That is an objective fact. That's what a solar filter does. Cheap sunglasses block about 50% of the light that hits it. Do you understand this, Dearth? Do you understand this? Because that was the funniest shit that you have said in a while.
Oh, because I didn't realize I'm not. Okay.
You literally, oh my God, you called what is essentially a cheap pair of sunglasses a solar filter, and then instead of showing the full resolution footage, you decide to degrade it by literally passing it through a potato and calling that a done deal. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Dearth? I expected better from you. Okay, that's a lie. That's a lie. This is actually exactly what I expected from you. But let's pretend I'm being nice here. I expected better from you. I expected quality from you, Dearth. Now, again, that is a fucking lie because we expect you to crash and burn constantly. And
Dearth being the same guy who called Oakley's show the Jerry Springer of Flat Earth.
I mean,
just had to throw that in.
Fair enough. But like I said, Dearth, if your solar filter lets in 50% of the light that hits it, it's not a solar filter. Did you know, Dearth, that good sunglasses will block about 75 to 85% of the light that hits it? Did you know that, Dearth?
Hey, here you go, Reds.
Oh my God, it's so awful.
This wasn't. I don't think. No, this wasn't the actual solar filter one. This was his 4K versus zoom in, meaning that using a 4K camera and only using about 20 pixels of it.
Look at those soft edges, though.
Yeah, it's called not in focus. You absolute moron.
Dearth, please. What? Do you put any pride in your work, Dearth? Just. Wow.
Oh, you got a super chat. Hold on a second here. Thank you guys, by the way. Let's see, from Isolder74 for $5, he says, you can see the clouds on Venus with a I had a kid. Rings on Saturn and ice cap on Mars too. Yep. There's I mean, what harm does it do to actually go out and just grab a telescope and dig the stuff that's going on around you?
Because if it's not through the P1000, it doesn't count.
Yeah, but you can also see the rings of Saturn with the P1000.
Yeah, but then it's CGI.
Because of the smart glass.
Boy,
that's a callback. That's a callback. I'll take that. I'll take points for that one.
Listen. NASA real-time hacked it using their satellites that totally don't exist.
The callback that I'm talking about is several years ago. Jeranism, yes, the one and only interesting Jeranism, actually tried to convince people that telescopes had some kind of smart glass that made things look round like planets. Literally said that.
Is that also the case for their flat earther camera of choice, the P1000?
Oh, that's just all straight CGI, man. You know,
CGI.
Well, because of the fact that you can actually do geolocation with it, they know which direction you're pointing it. So it automatically injects time accurate per the globe lie locations of planets that really don't exist.
So the flat earthers that told me to buy the P1000, are they part of the conspiracy?
No, they're part of the sales pitch.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you saw the whole video that we did not too long ago. We were talking about, the flat Earth was actually invented to sell P1000s and P900s.
Now that's a conspiracy I can get behind.
Yeah. And I also pointed out that it's also an even further conspiracy to get you to buy other equipment because they made it so heavy that it's like trying to stabilize an anti-aircraft. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's when people were asking, how did you get such smooth shot holding it by hand? I go, yeah, about that.
Let me tell you about that.
Yeah, I tried. Although to my credit, I was able to capture an unbroken shot from launch to landing of a Falcon Heavy rocket using the P1000 and a tripod. Top that shit.
Here you go, man. The sun, the sun we see is an apparent sun. It is not physical, and we view it through our own, here it comes, personal atmospheric dome of vision.
Personal atmospheric dome of vision.
Yep, that's back when what's his name when Jeranism introduced that nugget of hysterical shit,
which has since been picked up by Shane and all of those cackling hyenas.
Personal atmospheric dome. And the sun just stops going down and it just drifts away until the strength of its light can no longer reach us. Well, I did a little test on that the other day, because everybody likes to falsely accuse the inverse square law for making things disappear. It was I made a little test on that the other day, and the light was only illuminating about maybe about 1.5 meters away, maybe 2 meters away. The little targets that I had on there, and yet I zoomed all the way out though, and I was 60 meters away and could still see the light.
And speaking of videos that we made on the subject, M2M for 10 pounds.
There we go.
Or put a P1000 on an EQ mount and track a star, any star, and let them explain how an EQ mount works on a flat Earth. We made a video about that.
That was the day. Here we go, M2M. You bullseyed it right there. That was the day that the personal atmospheric dome was invented. Because Reds had talked about it, Sean talked about it, a couple other people talked about them and stuff like that, the EQ mounts. The EQ mount is impossible on flat Earth unless you are standing at the North period. And what I found to be the funniest thing about all that, I was just like, yeah, it doesn't work. I mean, it was so simple. So what I turned around, I bet the Globebusters, my entire YouTube channel at the time, to shut it down and never to return. And I would hold such a promise if they could prove to me that a EQ mount worked on flat Earth. And that was the day that because Bob did the narration as he was usually the host of Glowbusters primarily. I don't know if you want to say host, but he was the guy who usually did most of the talking. And that was the day that they brought the personal atmospheric dome as an excuse for Southern Star Trails and the use of an EQ mount. So that actually bullseyes that exact point in time. That was a while back. That was some hysterically just inaccurate bullshit. Now is this the one with the solar filter? No, okay.
Personal atmospheric dome. Basically, it was a get out of jail free card for flat earthers. That's all it was. It was a get out of jail free card for flat earthers.
Hey, there's one of your buddies right there, Red. Crow77.
I have buddies.
Remember a little while back when he tried to convince you that the SpaceX rocket crashed? That was the day my boom, oh my god thing started. Well, this is going back. Is this, let's see, NASA is full of...
Who's my buddy again?
You were having a dispute with the man about somebody... Okay. Anybody who lives in Florida knows what the intercoastal is. The rockets, when they come down to land, the rockets from SpaceX, the actual returning rockets, when they come back to land, there's two things that happen. There's a lot of things that happen, but there's two things that happen almost every time, and that is number one, they land close to the beach, and number two, they almost the time that they land, if not shortly afterwards, depending on how far away from you from the landing pad you are, the sonic booms hit right around the same time that they land. And now, if you know what the intercoastal is, you would not be filming inland from the intercoastal, or at least with the buildings between you and the landing pads, if you were trying to prove that SpaceX rockets land and explode. Because you can't see the pad at all. And so that was something that was really funny about that footage, because this was a guy who was sitting out there with his kid and his significant other, and they were sitting there on a pier on the intercoastal, looking a bit north, and saw the rockets coming down. The kid was crying because the kid thought that the rocket was going to land on him and all this. And then he said that because of the sonic boom wasn't actually a sonic boom. It was actually the rocket exploding.
Oh, is that the... Oh my god.
Yeah. The end of about 80% of my videos since then.
I remember now. Okay, so that's my friend.
Yeah. And, well, your friend was Crow, who was promoting that bullshit.
Oh yeah, he was also my friend that blocked me.
Let's see.
Well, and let's remind people of the requests that he had. He had asked people in his comment section, basically of the community. He had asked the community to provide him with unbroken, unedited shots from amateurs. He didn't want anything official, like from a news agency or from NASA themselves. He wanted people to go out and capture their own footage of rocket launches.
Right.
And I said, okay, I will give you my footage. But what he actually wanted was footage from individuals who would do so poorly.
Right.
And he didn't want someone who actually takes a little bit of pride in their work, with proper setup and, tripod and tracking and all that stuff. That wouldn't be what he wanted, because that would go against his grift. So when I called him out on that, he promptly blocked me.
Okay, Reds, I'm gonna need your acting skills here. Okay.
Oh my god.
Now put yourself in the zone. Okay. The zone is you are about to be shocked by something, and you need to do a Academy Award winning pearl clutching noise for the audio. Okay, ready? M2M for £5 says, telling me that a flat earth made something up? I'm fucking shocked. Action.
So I was led to believe that this breakfast cereal is exclusively for children. Is that true? Sly, are you aware that I myself am not a child? So if I buy this breakfast cereal, there'll be no trouble. Is that...
You're supposed to pearl clutch, man. You're in the wrong character, man.
Shit. Okay.
Pearl clutch. Let's try this again. Let's try this again.
I just got done watching Ted and...
Well, no, yeah, but I understand, because the crew services table, doesn't have a lot of food on it. But hold on a second. Let's try this again, okay? Get yourself into character.
Yeah, all right.
M2M for £5 says, you're telling me that a flat earther made something up? I'm fucking shocked.
I'll never let go, Jack. I'll never let go.
You're fired. Anyway, go see Susie for your paycheck. Anyway, B-Watt Up says that Crow77 bought a hydrogen telescope and is now claiming that he's going to find the second sun that, you guessed it, NASA is hiding from us all. Yeah. I would love to have one of those telescopes that can do those like really grainy pictures of the sun. I just love those pictures.
Yeah.
I would film that shit all day, just to do it. Let's see here. This is not the solar filter one. I'm looking for the solar filter one. I don't know. Did he ever actually end up deleting it? Let's see here. Sunset with piano music? Really? Okay.
Sunset with piano music.
That's the name of this video here, man. Let's see. He's got a bunch of these fade videos. Let's see here.
And yet I was able to do a better job in one video, and I didn't have to redo it.
Yeah, your full day sun track. I don't know how many chips you had to eat for that one, but
well, I'll tell you how I did it. It was called Uber Eats.
Okay, hold on a second here. Filter. Let me see if I can. There we go. Let's see. This is the one that we were all laughing about. Any photography experts out there, stay away from something sharp.
Oh my god.
Sun fade out number 4 with a ND16 solar filter. And no, I'm not bullshitting. This was 6 years ago, and I remember we all had a real good laugh about it. Let's go over here. This is Dirt.
Spare me.
Sun fade out number 4. Okay, so he had more like this with an ND16 solar filter gimbal. That's what he said. This was his filter. I remember all this part, and we were all having a good laugh about this. Camera gimbal was freaking out. Yes, it's always the camera's fault. This is a ND16. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Now, anybody who's ever seen solar filter footage, ready? Zoom in on the 4K. This is his solar filter footage. The one that can see trees and the sky. Solar filter.
You will never see blue sky through a solar filter.
And this is him. I like how they say zoomed in. He's not zoomed in. What he did was he cropped it. Mm-hmm. It's just a crop. And
Dearth, hang on. Let me cook here again. Dearth, mm-hmm. If you are seeing blue sky, you're not using a solar filter. Mm-hmm. Please, for the love of God, get your head out of your ass.
This is his solar filter. Solar filter. If you were looking through a solar filter, you would not see this, or be able to tell where either one was. Because all you would see is this.
And Sly it would gets off on hurting me.
But solar filter, man.
This is harmful to my soul.
Solar filter.
I am not having a good time right now.
iSolder 74 for $2. Focus. What is that? Any flurf? Focus has never been a thing for flat earthers. They will either produce film that looks like it was filmed out somebody's asshole, or they will produce things that are on devices that are otherwise, generally good, but they refuse to focus them. Or it'll be some jacked up, 5 times compressed, and then zoomed in on that artifact-ridden every single time. I have not seen a flat earther actually utilize properly the gear that they claim to use. What they want to do is they want to be able to say that I used this gear, and here was my results. Look, flat Earth. That's all I want to do.
My opinion is the same as it was when I originally made a video about testing the P1000 against the proper telescope. They're using the P1000 to give off the impression that they actually give a shit about the truth.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. It's like a peacock with its feathers. Ooh, I'm bigger than I actually am. Look at me. Be afraid of all these eyes that you will see in your nightmares and stuff like that. Yeah, it's essentially the same thing for a flurf. They're using the P1000 the same way a peacock uses those feathers. I have all these eyes. I'm totally doing things that should scare you and worry you. Yep. No, you're not actually doing anything useful. You are simply using the P1000 to give off the impression that you're doing some work. That
I got something to throw onto that too. Shit. But iSolder 74 here says, Focus und Stativ, davon haben Sie keine Ahnung. Which means focus and a tripod, they have no idea about any of them. Man. But yeah, no, that's just
Effed up world. I care about the truth at Reds. Well, if that's the case, then please learn the difference between CGI and a composite. They are not the same.
Who said that?
It was Effed Up World. He'll know the reference.
Oh, okay. Hey, Gio, what's up?
But yeah, basically, it's the P1000 is essentially the peacock feathers of flat Earth. They're using it just to give off the impression that they are doing shit that will get them closer to the truth.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they kind of suck at it, and I think some of them suck at it on purpose.
I even have Mike Cavanaugh from FE Core, who actually said, when I asked for photos of their laser hitting a target, he actually said that the P900 is not a good camera for that.
Okay.
Now, in the context of my question, every one of their laser tests, they had somebody over at the laser or at the distant end to, as he put it, line their line their laser up with with one ray of the optics. Yes, those were his words. And so if you had somebody standing at the target, why would a P900 be necessary just to turn around with a cell phone and show the laser hitting a target? Why? Who would even need it? And he even turned around and says, we had a P900 there, but it's not really good enough for that. What? Gio, you a doctor yet? What's up, man?
I think he did get his PhD.
I don't
think
believe
he
it.
has his PhD now.
I don't know. It's probably CGI.
It is probably CGI. Although he did help me with my computer, so he does get points for that.
Oh, well, I mean, my son can do that too. He's awesome with computers. Doesn't make him a doctor though. Hold on a second here. No, not any of that. I want to. Oh wow, I can't do it that way.
Yeah, he says he got his degree last year.
Yeah, but that was his master's.
No, I think.
Or do you have your doctorate?
I think it's his PhD.
All right. Well, if he's got his thing, then you need to change your username, Gio, to Dr. Gio. Because you'll be the first doctor in this entire community that actually is a doctor. I am currently a postdoc researcher. It looks like I'll get the position as chief development engineer at a nuclear lab. Dude, that's pretty cool. So let me guess, you hate a lot of windmills. I figured you'd get that sooner or later.
I'm gonna piss off Gio by offering him a job here in the States to work on windmills.
Well, then hold on a second here. Where is that?
Yes, Astronomy Live has a PhD, but his PhD is in neuroscience.
Let's see here. Where are the messages? Copy link address. Gio, I'm sending you a link, man. If you're able. Where is... Sending it to you on Twitter. As soon as I can find your damn name. There you are. All right. Invite is on the way. Well, it's in your Twitter now. I'm happy to say that. What do you call it? I remember Gio's aspirations to do all this stuff, and he's actually seen his way all the way through it to do it. That's cool. Now we get to listen to Gio's extremely loud keyboard. Gosh, Reds, you go quiet?
I mean, I'm still here. I don't know how, but I'm still here. Somehow I was able to survive the multiple attempts on my life.
Gio's probably getting mad because he's probably got to reinstall Twitter just to get to this shit.
Lol.
Oh, there we go. Admit. Gio Streber, Herr Doctor.
Hey guys.
What's going on, big man?
Well, didn't you remember that I got my PhD degree last year in November?
I didn't hear that you got your PhD. I knew you had submitted your dissertation.
Well, that was last year in August. I had my defense on the 17th of November 2023 and officially got it awarded, I think, in January. You know, it takes a few months for the dean to sign all the stuff. So, yeah, I'm a PhD now.
So tell her.
Weird.
You weren't invited to the party, Sly? We were all there when they said, and to present the award that Gio knows his shit.
Yeah, well, that was probably another one of those 4 a.m. things that you sent me.
It probably was. And you know, what was funny is that it was also a 4 o'clock in the morning thing for Gio, so he didn't show up.
It was, I think my defense was at 1 p.m. and it lasted 3 or 4 hours. So I got the official award
so
4:30 p.m. or something.
So basically, they sat you in a dark room, shined the spotlight in your face, and goes, "You're gonna explain this shit?" And
I
then
got
you're
pictures.
like, "Yeah, sure."
Hang on.
No, actually, what they did was they gave him the narrative that he's supposed to tell everybody about his job.
Hang on, Sly. I got pictures from my defense. Don't share those.
Okay.
That's if I remember where I put them on which of my drives.
Well, don't worry, I'm not monetized on this stream, so we won't get like.
Yeah,
things
that's not the
for
point.
porn
It
and
just
shit.
doxes my location.
Oh,
okay.
God. Is it? So basically, you're giving me sneak peeks into your OnlyFans. Is that what this is?
No. Also, I'm not giving you the pictures, Red. So this is just a few shots that my dad took. He was in the audience.
Yeah.
Oh, you're sending it over to Twitter. Okay.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Cool.
Oh, they're on Twitter?
Yeah. Tough shit.
Because my name is in there and all of that.
Who's the cutie up front?
That's one of the professors.
Hey.
She's a bit of a character. Blew up her hand a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Geo, didn't get any pictures. All I see here is a message about de-googling my life.
Yeah.
And plus, Geo, both you and the guy you're having, I guess, the discussion with, are standing in front of blackboards and there's no formulas on there. How am I supposed to believe you?
Yeah, that was right in the beginning. The guy, you mean the bald guy? The bald guy?
Yeah, the bald guy.
That is Ola Wendt from Lund University.
Okay.
Who was one of my opponents.
Okay. But I don't see any formulas. What the hell, man?
That was, hang on.
You're supposed to get with the niche, you know.
Yeah, I got one with formulas, but it's a video, so...
Would it kill you to wear a tie?
Yes, actually it would.
Yeah, it probably would, yeah. I've seen him trying to jump over a stream. I think a tie would be asking a lot.
Is every day at university casual Friday? What the fuck is this shit?
Oh, no. Usually this is way less casual than what we usually look like. I mean, if you ever go into a lab, you see that everybody just looks like a fucking filthy...
I would expect like Bill Nye the Science Guy type of shit up, with a bow tie and everything.
Okay, so let me because there are people listening to us right now. I'm just going to say that we're seeing pictures from I guess the audience level of Geo arguing his stuff with, I guess, multiple professors.
Yeah, so the way it works is you have two external opponents.
Mm-hmm.
In my case, those were Ola Wendt from Lund and Troels Kruttstrup from Aarhus University.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have one internal one.
Okay. And
which I'm not gonna say because that doxes my university.
Of course. And Geo is actually wearing a suit, which is very rare.
Tie.
Still hasn't combed his hair. And
that's just fucking useless. Like, 5 minutes after that, it's just completely gone again.
And is trying desperately to hide the fact that instead of a white T-shirt under his button down, he has a Metallica T-shirt on.
I actually can't recall what I had under the shirt.
Well, it was either that or something Marvel. But
that was something black, I think.
Yeah, it's a black T-shirt.
But what exactly?
I cannot believe you didn't wear a fucking tie.
I got one more for you. Hang on.
Well, actually, in chemistry, it would probably be a bad idea to wear a tie because you could dip it in something.
A bow tie. A bow tie.
If he was having a bow tie, you would be having a field day with this shit. So don't even.
Oh, that's why I want him to wear a bow tie, so I could have a field day with it.
We'd be going straight Bill Nye on him.
Absolutely. Dude, Bill Nye the Science Guy, that shit. You got to look the part.
So what I'm currently doing is I'm still employed in the same work group where I did my PhD, just to finish up some stuff and I guess to train my successors. And I'm currently applying for a job at one of the, well, technically it's a nuclear lab. Practically what they do is they work with the industry to check all sorts of substances for small amounts of radioactive contamination. Like tuna, milk, soil, seawater, that kind of thing.
Okay, so here, who's the pregnant earthworm standing next to you on the last one? Is that the guy you can't mention his name?
The pregnant earth? Yeah. I can't mention him either. But that was not the opponent. That was the ceremonial master.
Oh, okay.
The guy who announces who I am and what my topic is about.
All right. So I see here it says Diploma 2, name redacted, and date of birth redacted, school redacted, all this stuff redacted, 2 signatures and a really fancy seal on the bottom.
Yes.
Sweet stuff, man. Sweet stuff. Congratulations. Hold on a second.
Thank you very much. It was a shit ton of work, as you
I'm
might
sure
be
it
able
was.
to imagine.
Did you at least get it framed?
Actually, no, not yet.
What the fuck, dude?
He's using it as a mouse pad.
Yeah.
I only have
So
one
much work, and
copy.
it's a fucking mouse pad now.
I only have one proper copy, and I keep that in my safe.
Okay, hold
should,
on.
Usually people get that shit framed in like marble or some shit.
Look, the truth is, in chemistry, nobody gives a shit about PhDs because you have them by default anyway at some point in your career.
Okay,
right?
hold on one second. Hold on a second. I have to interject here because the reason for this thing was bring your own proof of flat Earth. Now, apparently, I'm getting word that Plant Blazer is commenting under my announcement tweet.
Oh, please bring that little piece of shit on here, please.
Let me see here.
Please,
well, let me see what he's got to say. By the way, Gio, yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but because your congratulations are far more important than anything Plant Blazer has to say. But hold on a second. I'm not seeing this discussion, but let me see something here. I did see something else here. Like that, going through.
Do you want me to poke him? I could totally poke him right now.
Let's see. Plant Blazer says, okay, we've got hundreds of observations for you to cope over, bud.
Name one. Just one that you can, place your reputation on. Then we'll chat about that one.
Take ones from my timeline and have a ball. Well, here's the thing. As much as I would love to do that, Plant Blazer, as much as I would love to do that, the thing is that I'm going to say that, well, I'm looking at your media timeline, and all I'm seeing is GIFs, memes, bullshit. I'm sorry. Let me go ahead and put this over on the main screen. I'm seeing GIFs, memes, and bullshit. I mean, surely this is all some kind of, code to put it all together to say that we have millions of observations. Oh, wow, look, the Jawa crawler, because that's relevant.
All right, guys, I need everyone to do me a favor. Let me replace the X with the word Twitter, since that's the proper link. Okay. Okay, I just posted a link to Plant Blazer's post. Please go to that post and very politely ask him to join us on this call. Very politely. Please do not call him a crybaby bitch. Or ask him if he's just going to stay coping on Twitter. Please be very, very kind to him and gently invite him into this call.
Hey, look, he's even got the GIF that disproves the dome. Because we all love that one. Sorry, none of these things are yours, Plant Blazer. You definitely weren't on the Chinese space station.
Yeah, but Sly, I ask you as a friend, please just let him on here. Even if he doesn't have anything of his own work, he definitely doesn't. He definitely has none of his own work to present. But I ask you to give him a free pass.
Okay, hold on a second. Another one from iSoldier74 for $5. Sie haben keine Ahnung, was Mathematik ist oder wie sie funktioniert. Of course they don't. What do you call it? He said that they don't have any idea how mathematics works or how it functions. And of course they don't. And so, I mean, every time you produce math to a flat earther, all they say is, well, that's just calculations. You manipulated the numbers and all this. But then, at the same time, they can turn around and say that these lines mean a triangle, which means that the sun is close. Using geometry to a certain extent. And so they're actually kind of shooting themselves in the foot on that. Gio, back to you.
I see Gio has responded and called out Plant Blazer to come on in. And just to confirm, Sly, even though Plant Blazer doesn't have any of his own work, you are going to give him a free pass, right?
Oh man, you're making me go against my prime principle here.
Sly,
Please.
talk about this entire mathematics stuff.
Come
You
on.
have a triangle with side lengths 1, 1, and 1.
Geo, you shut the fuck up for half a second. Sly, don't screw me on this.
Hold on a second here. Let me go over to his tweet. Ah, shit, where did it go? There it goes.
I will cup and stroke with unbroken eye contact.
Why are you not offering to come on to the live stream? Oops. STR. Yeah, I can spell real good today. Onto the live stream to present your quotes, observations.
Talk about angry typing, Sly. I can hear your keyboard.
No, just like you, I now have a angry keyboard. One of those ones that makes a lot of damn noise.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm about to replace mine, actually. It's time for a new one.
So I have put on here, and let's just make sure that everybody can see this. Why are you not offering to come on to the live stream and present your observations and analysis? Hold on a second. On a platform
that
actually allows you to do so.
Also, Gio, when are you coming stateside?
Don't know yet.
You were supposed to find out that information.
We didn't let the Germans across the river last time, man.
I gave him authorization, okay?
Remember, Reds to visit Germany before Germany visits you.
Yeah. Let's see.
Also, remember in Germany at the moment. Just pointing that one out.
You promised to come stateside, and you went back on that promise.
Well, I promised I would come stateside, and I said that I would try to get it for the eclipse earlier this year, but I just couldn't manage.
Yeah,
I'm going to leave this
because of it.
I'm going to leave this most recent post from him up, just on the screen. Wow, more baseless assertions. Keep up the stereotypical responses. I'm just going to leave that up there because I can. It's my stream, and on top of that, I love the self-produced hypocrisy of flat earthers. So
all right, he's responding to me. He responded 3 seconds ago by simply retweeting his thing. So I just retweeted mine right back at him. Grab a mic, or are you going to cope on Twitter? ? For those that would like to see that post, I am posting it right now. Let me get it up. And you will find it in the live chat, so everyone can be fully informed.
Having difficulty getting it up there, Reds?
It's right there. Damn it! No, hang on. I take.
You got it all over the screen, man.
Hang on. Nope. I take that back. Let me fix that because it says X and it needs to say.
Happened to you a lot, man.
There we go. Twitter. There we go.
And yes, the link will still work. Let's see. Talking about Germany, have you guys seen how Germany's military is visiting Poland again? Yeah, that's an interesting way to word that.
Yeah. I mean, he's technically right. Just, there's some implication going on that's not necessarily true. Not this time around.
Mm-hmm. They're going there to eat their pets.
I technically currently am an immigrant, and Sly, so are you.
Yeah.
So do you prefer cat or do you prefer dog?
Oh no, man, I'm a straight snakes guy.
Snakes, okay.
I like capybara.
Yeah.
I've actually seen those things when I was in Brazil last year. Those things are fucking filthy. They're full of ticks.
Yeah, well,
so chill.
Yeah, I was gonna say when you pick those out, then the meat's good.
Hang on, I think I got a picture of that as well. Hang on a second.
How about a chupacabra?
Capybara in the streets, chupacabra in the sheets.
Sucking on a cow.
Because there was this warning sign. Hang on. It was at 23, I think. There's Slayer roboting out.
I wasn't talking.
Doesn't matter. Could still hear it through.
Yeah, I don't know what's causing that.
It might be because your internet is complete shit.
My internet's actually quite good.
Not
But-
as good as mine. Uh-oh, we lost Geo.
See, it wasn't me. There he goes.
Yeah, sorry, that
welcome
was
back,
my
Geo.
bad.
Yeah,
I tried to copy paste the picture into the side chat here, but instead it would just literally, close the tab and open a new one showing.
And
the
open
pictures.
the
Fuck
picture,
you,
yeah.
fuck you, Firefox for that one.
Let's see here. I don't see. Let's see here. Ticks are just juicy appetizers.
Last year I was in Brazil, exchange with a university down there, São Carlos. And on the campus they had this giant sign that said something, well, I obviously don't speak Portuguese.
Mm.
Said something like,
Just be
watch out, this shit is full of ticks. Stay away from here as much as possible. That was a weird experience, and so I talked to the guys and said, yeah, it's the capybaras, they're just full of ticks. They also bite you, so stay away from them.
What's that one town in Austria? Fucking?
Yeah,
At
they
least-
renamed it to Fucking
Yeah.
with a double G.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, because people would keep on stealing the signs.
Yeah, well, see,
Contract.
the best sign that they ever made about that was a sign in English that says, "Please stop stealing the fucking signs."
I mean, they also produce a light beer called Fucking Hell.
Fucking hell.
we also on 95 there was a mile 420 sign, and they had to change it to 419.9.
Oh, Jesus.
uh
Tell me,
Heck.
okay, I'm going to claim total ignorance here. What was the whole 420 thing?
420 is a weed reference.
Okay.
So basically, it's the time of day that you would get absolutely plastered on weed.
Oh, okay.
I think
So-
it has something to do with the time when after you leave school and you go home,
Yeah.
something
Okay.
like that.
I never knew. I saw people posting that for at least a good month, and I just never
Look
really
at
knew what
that.
it was.
Someone in live chat said, Red likes grilled pork. I'll see myself out. That was mildly traumatizing. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, and plus, Red, there was a bet a long time ago that you never followed through on. You were supposed to write in white shoe polish on your back window of your car when you were living in, at least in Western Florida, that
Oh god, I hope that was shoe polish and not some other liquid that's white.
you were supposed to drive through the very red state of Florida with it said on the back that Clinton was right.
Remember when the Top Gear guys did this in Alabama?
Yep.
They got assaulted. It was unsafe for them to drive through Alabama than it was just a year earlier to drive through fucking Iraq and Syria.
Jeez. Yeah, that's Florida.
Good time.
Well, it was Alabama back then. Alabama,
Yeah.
I think. What's the one next to it? Is it Louisiana, I think, maybe? Not
Mhm.
recall. One
Yeah.
of those.
Oh man. Well, let's see. I'm not seeing any movement on the. Hell, he won't even answer me.
Yeah, he's been, kind of just a little bitch on Twitter, to be completely honest with you. He's been asking me to debate other people, but I'm like, why don't you step up to the plate?
Yeah.
I've been calling you out for over 215 days. Now you may ask yourself, why? Well, that's oddly specific, Red Frederick. Why is it exactly 215 days? Because just like his butt buddy Nathan Oakley, he has a timer.
Mm-hmm. No, and one other thing as far as that goes, I finally replaced my pinned tweet, the one that was for the game show that everybody was afraid to play against you on,
Go figure.
and so
Ugliest Americans 2024.
what?
Because everybody's afraid to lose against Reds.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to claim to be any kind of picture of handsomeness myself, but I am going to say that a lot of the when I see a lot of these flat earthers on these I don't know, these discussions and stuff like that they have and stuff, I'm usually like mortified. I'm like, dude, how did you even make it out of bed this morning?
Yep.
Because I mean, there's some rough looking motherfuckers out there.
I mean, I've
I
seen
had
Reds.
a guy.
Remember Reds when you shared your face once? You do look a little bit, in my opinion, like the guy from regular car reviews, as if he fell down the stairs and broke a few chromosomes off.
Oh damn.
One guy decided that it was going to be a worthwhile insult to call me fat, and I'm like, dude, I'm 175 pounds. Fuck off.
How much is it in proper units?
That is in proper units. You mean in improper units? Let me find out for you.
About 3 apples.
About 80 kilograms?
That is 79 kilograms.
Yeah, okay, pretty close.
Take your doctorate back.
79.3 to be exact.
Yeah, but I got no takers on people to challenge Reds against my my Jeopardy board.
Go figure.
Mm-hmm.
Color me shocked.
Oh. See, you almost did the pearl clutching like you were supposed to do before.
I'm sorry. Let's try that. Let's try that one more time.
Okay. Nobody has challenged Reds on the board that I made for him to compete against a flat earther.
So there's 2 exhaust ports that you can shoot down on the Death Star.
That didn't work, man. It was funny, but it didn't work.
Damn it. This is why I've made the difficult decision to not become a famous actor.
I guess I can put this up, seeing that he's not showing it anymore.
So Reds, how happy are you with the new computer update?
Oh, I love it, dude. I fucking love it. 0 drop frames. I was doing some testing, max resolution, mono 16.
What max resolution are we talking here? What pixel and what frame rate is this?
We're talking 1900 by 1600.
Okay.
And we were outputting to FITS files, and I'm getting about maybe 90 gigs in 7 minutes, and it's 0 drop frames.
Sweet.
0.
And Mr. X, Mr. Y, yes, it has been much longer than 30 minutes, but when you get to talking, you get to talking. That's just how that goes.
Red has a face for podcasting, damn fucking straight.
Red was made for radio.
Excellent. But Gio, you still need to make it stateside, because my goal is to give you the greasiest American food possible.
No, thank you. I already have enough diarrhea.
I am going to fuck your shit up so bad.
Where are you going to take him?
Taco Bell.
Oh, I can take him to Taco Bell over here at the PX if he swings by.
Dude, I am going to give you a 5-layer burrito, a cheesy gordita crunch, maybe even what's called a Mexican pizza.
I had that for lunch last week.
Okay, under one condition. When you get your ass to Europe one day, we do the same with German food to you, and I already know what to feed you.
Schweinehexen.
No, forget Schweinshaxe. That's amateurs. I was thinking Met Eagle and just a pure can of sauerkraut.
Oh,
Just
damn.
kilogram.
Just get him a Schlachtheller.
Well,
Schlachtes, yeah, that works too.
Yeah,
now
he wouldn't be able to handle that.
Keep in mind, Gio, that going around the Nürburgring is less fun with chronic diarrhea.
Yeah, but you'll get there faster. It's motivation.
It's actually, the Nürburgring is in the middle of absolutely fucking nowhere.
Yeah, it is, actually.
So, but Geo did promise to take me on a few laps.
Yeah, we can do that.
He also told me that he would take me on the unrestricted portions of the Autobahn.
No problem whatsoever.
Shit,
My
those
Golf
are
still
everywhere.
exists. He turns 16 in a couple of days, which means I will start feeding him E10.
Oh,
Get it
jeez.
because he's now allowed to drink.
Yeah. Now he can drink ethanol.
He's still in Germany, but I'm gonna import him in a couple of weeks when I switch apartments.
Oh, here we go. Ice Holder 74, $5. Thank you, sir. Lauf so schnell wie du kannst. Du kannst mich nicht fangen. Ich bin der Lebkuchenmann. Yeah.
That's from Shrek, isn't it?
Well, it's actually from an original poem, though.
I mean, yeah, but yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Or original story, however you want to put that. But it rhymes like the whole way through.
Kaiserschmarrn and Almdudler. No, that doesn't fucking count. That's Austrian food. Almdudler is fucking disgusting.
Nah, we'll just send him to Aldi and he can get some just some Schweinemet and
You know, I actually miss German food up here. It's fucking impossible to get proper German food.
People don't even believe Germans have food.
Wait, Germans have food?
See?
Like, you know, just something as simple as a few, you know, layers of Leberkäse. Fucking impossible.
You don't have pizza Fleischkäse up there?
No, we don't.
Oh, jeez.
The only hope that I get is if there's German weeks at Lidl. That's once a year, and then I stack up on it.
Yeah, right.
And
it's usually the shitty stuff, too.
I thought Germans exist on beer and Porsche exhaust.
Well,
yeah, that's
too.
more or less it.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, they just opened up a new Porsche dealer here in K-Town.
Nice. So when are you gonna buy yourself a new Porsche?
Shit, I drive by it every day and sneer.
I'm so done with internal combustion engines. My next machine is gonna be electric.
Have you seen what Lotus was able to put down on the ring?
I have not, no.
It's like 6 minutes 20 something seconds.
6 minutes. How long is the ring? Isn't it like 23, 24 kilometers?
Let's find out. Let's see.
Ice Holder, the fox that catches flurfs is Twitter Spaces.
It's 20.8 kilometers.
9 miles. So 20.8 kilometers.
Yeah, fucking hell.
And it was a Lotus. It was a battery pack Lotus.
Oh damn, Max, that sounds good.
With the battery cars, you can tune them really well for a track like this, because you only need to carry around the absolute minimum amount of energy that you need to carry. And they're just way more powerful as long as you don't carry around an enormous battery capacity.
Okay, so here's the exact. It's 6 minutes 24 seconds.
Yeah, that's why, for example, the IDR was so great on the Pikes Peak race.
Yeah, it's fucking insane.
Still no answer from Plant Blazer.
That is almost a minute faster than the ZL11LE.
You know, Reds, I just noticed. I promised to take you on the Nürburgring, right? I didn't promise you which car.
So, or that you survive.
So you have the choice. Either you get a Fiat Multipla, that's one option. Or let's see what's more humiliating than that.
Nope, no replies.
Something that Americans hate.
Actually, Geo,
Honda Insight.
Geo, you're going to be very disappointed when I tell you this, but you actually did make a promise, and I still have that live stream, and I will send it to you as proof. You promised that we would be able to rent one of those trackside BMWs.
Oh yeah, that we can do.
Oh yeah.
So I ain't driving no fucking Fiat. It's gonna be one of those M cars, okay?
Nah, you need a Fiat. That would be awesome.
No, it's gonna be a fucking BMW M car.
I mean, can you see Reds going around an internationally renowned racetrack?
I'm pretty sure that Reds, if you drive around it, you're just gonna increase the average speed of all the people in front of you.
Mm-hmm. you would be the guy to help everybody else's course, man.
Oh my god, what is this hideous beast chasing me?
Either that, or you're.
And why is it sitting in a multiplan?
Either that, or you would be the last thing that you see in those YouTube videos before the car flips over. Because they come around some corner and you're doing like 30, you know.
If you get inside of a car on the Nürburgring, automatically in your field of view, you will see the words "live leak."
Live leak.
That would be about it.
I just got that. It took a moment to register.
Yeah, that.
Man.
But anyway, so I'm going to say it like this, guys. Obviously, for more than an hour, we've been sitting there, and it has yielded absolutely no flat earthers.
Go figure.
Flat earthers are even too afraid to post something below my offer on Twitter.
And Plant Blazer is a certified coward.
He's we'll just call him just a straight pussy. And
that's an insult to pussies.
That's true. And yeah, well, okay, you waste with that.
It's like you're really roboting out for me, maybe for the other ones as well.
You hearing it, Reds?
Yeah, you robot a little.
Okay. Well.
You can have a little robot.
Either way, so nobody has answered. So this will stand as yet another example of being offered the opportunity, not in a larger setting, because I would have happily kicked out Red and kicked out Gio. Offered the opportunity to present your evidence, and you didn't take it. And this link was up for at least 7 hours today, and so was the post on Twitter. So anybody who says that I, Sly Sparkane, is somehow afraid to have that discussion, well, I'm sorry, you can eat a dick.
Yep.
I even made this unmonetized for you. Not that I've seen a single dollar out of this channel in at least 3 years. But I do thank everybody for the super chats, and I'm fairly certain that once that reaches $100, I might actually see it. But yeah, absolutely nobody showed up. Not even in the chat.
Also,
terrified motherfuckers.
Before I head out, I just want to correct Mark 10. By little robot, I mean Mo. Mo from WALL-E. Mo.
I would have gone with Twiggy, but
Mo. Mo.
You know, Sly, you were roboting out so much. Daft Punk called. They want the music back.
So anyway, I'm going to say thank you very much for having me, Sly. This has been fun. Gio, once again, thank you so much for helping me out with the computer. You saved my ass. And I also want to give a shout out again to Nick Kennedy for walking me through the cloning and installation process.
Did that work right for you? The installation mainly?
It worked. It worked perfect on the first try.
Nice.
It was awesome, perfect, and now I have a laptop that can handle the shit I'm throwing at it. So with that, I want to say thank you so much, and I'll be talking to all of you later.
All right, get the fuck out. And Gio will wind up with you, and I'm just going to say a hearty congratulations, belated, on getting your actual doctorate. That's just so fucking awesome. And
thank you very much.
And I know that over the years that we've been collaborating and stuff like that. I mean, over the entire time that I've known you, you've been working on getting that. So that's some pretty wicked dedication there, and I hope you get all the spoils that come along with it.
Yeah, from starting my studies to getting the PhD degrees, it was about 11 years in total.
Yeah, no shit, and that's just. You know, but I can say that one day of that, I had you trapped inside your own car with a bunch of car batteries. And,
that was yeah.
while you were laughing at me for having a flat tire, so.
Oh yeah, that was funny. Also, you managed to fill your own exhaust with gravel. Remember that one?
Well, yeah, that was interesting.
And you also melted your own bumper, didn't you?
Yeah, it melted. Well, you know what that ended up being?
Wasn't it a hole in the exhaust that
there
is
was an
just...
enormous hole in the exhaust.
Yeah, you see, that's a problem that BMWs often have.
Hmm.
But by the way, what happened to that thing? Do you still have that thing?
I will tell you exactly what I did with that thing. It's very simple. I was so tired of it when I moved here to K-Town. It even the shit functionality of that particular car actually influenced where I got my apartment to be not too far away from work should it break down.
Oh
And
shit! So
I
that
mean,
means you replaced it with a minivan.
yes, I did. And
Yeah, of course. What is it?
but
A Zafira?
yep. And
Okay, nice.
and well, I mean, hey, I only had about $2,000 to work with.
No,
And
no, it's fine. It's just that I got the guess right.
yeah, you did. And no, I ended up getting a Zafira. And what do you call it? But it has served me with very little complaint for at least 3 years now.
Nice.
And
Yeah, they're shit cars in terms of how they drive, in my opinion. Opels in general, especially
well,
now that they're a part of what's it, Peugeot, I think. Reliability-wise, they're
somewhere,
just
yeah.
fine.
Yeah. No, but I mean, the car itself is great. And but that BMW, that thing caused me nothing but heartache and headache and cost me a lot of money. So what I did was I got it at least good enough to get it through TÜV. And once I got that, I put it up for sale. And it is now the proud property of a junior airman in the Air Force, who is, at least the words he told me, he was going to turn it into a project car. He was going to make some
Oh
kind of,
god, that poor thing.
yeah, he's going to make it into some zippy little race car. So
I mean, what do you expect? It's a 3 Series, right? You sell it to young people who like the sound of the exhaust.
well,
Especially if there's a hole in it.
well, the selling point. No, I had to replace the muffler.
Did you have the 6-cylinder or the 4-cylinder?
It was a straight 6. And
Okay, yeah. That's the one that everybody wants, even though they're completely unreasonable.
yeah, and but it was the 323i, and what do you call it?
Oh, so the small 6-cylinder. Okay, that doesn't even exist anymore. If
Yeah,
you're going for 2 liters and below, they're now at straight force only.
yeah, and but the 323i, I don't know why, the 323 versus the 325. The 323 has extremely expensive parts, but the selling point on that car, which was also one of the headaches that I had with the car, is that it was U.S. specs.
Oh
So
shit.
so that
Okay,
means it was prime opportunity for some soldier to buy it, so they could take it back to the States. And but it was one of the headaches that I had on it because it had a U.S. light configuration, which confused just about every Polizei I drove past.
Yeah, so you had the white and red indicators, didn't you?
Well, I
Instead
had
of the yellow ones.
well, no. It had the yellow ones, but the problem was that the front end had the always active marker lights.
Oh, okay. I mean,
And
those are
yes,
kind of mandatory now, aren't they, with the new EU regulation?
No. What I mean by always running is when you turn the lights on, the blinker lights come on half bright.
Oh fuck! I didn't even know that's a thing.
Yeah, no, that was always a thing, but it's on. It was a U.S. spec thing, and so every Polizei that I drove past, they would see a BMW, they wouldn't consider that it was made in America or configured in America, because this one was, and so they all had. I got pulled over at least 12 times in that car, and a couple of the times that I got pulled over had to do with the fact that those blinkers were the way they were. And I actually had, yes, I'm going to shit on your state a little bit here. I had a Polizei from Bayern that pulled me over because of it, and then his exact words to me were, wenn die Deutschen orange sieht, die glauben, dass die biegen.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, but
it's
Germans can
impossible.
understand the difference between a steady light and a blinking light, right?
Yeah, it's still a bit dodgy. I don't like the US system when it comes to the lights at all. And if I had that thing in that BMW in US, I would have had it retrofitted to the European specs.
Well, you see, I tried to do that with the onboard computer. I bought all the there was was it UBI 2 or whatever connector with also the round plug connector that went into the directly into the computer on the front end. Got a hold of that software that you can use to do all kinds of neat things. And the only thing that I was successfully able to do on that car was change the trip meter from miles to kilometers. That was it. It had the option to change the lighting configuration, but it would never sync up.
Yeah, it sucks.
But anyway, we're rambling on about cars now. That means that there's nothing left to discuss on Flat Earth. And,
doesn't look like this, no. Not
so,
surprising.
Gio, I will let you go ahead and say your closing words.
Well, it was nice talking to you. We haven't spoken for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks for having me on. It's not surprising that no Flurf shows up, because they're a giant bunch of cowards.
Mm-hmm.
Or scammers, or both, obviously. So, I think that's it.
All right. Well, then, to the wonderful 49 people that are still here, 49 people that are still here, I appreciate you all stopping by. And I hope all the rest of you have a pleasant evening. And just imagine the boom, because I still haven't figured out how to do that. Y'all have a nice night. Let's see. End. And the stream seems to have ended.
All right.
So, but you guys